Good evening, everyone. This is Robert, RJL 518, welcoming you to another edition of World War II Leader. This is Tiger Leader. This is the Poland Mokra 1939 campaign. The objective is cut off, and this is week 1, battle 3 of this objective at the moment. Our current evaluation is 3. As we did destroy a battalion in the last battle, but only reduced 10A by half. We're taking on 7C. So our evaluation so far is dismal. But if we can destroy this battalion, we could probably go ahead and get up to into week 2, which week 2 will definitely see some better action. So we have Poland, Mokra, 1939, and Cutoff. And this is the final battle of the first week of this campaign. It has been tough so far. The Germans are continuing to push through to try to get our supplies, but the Poles have been resilient, and they've beaten us. They really didn't beat us, but we're not. It's not as easy as some people think. So this could be a tough battle today. And as you can see, we are a little bit outnumbered here. We're taking on a Poland forward base. They have 4 rifle teams, 2 half tracks, 2 buildings, 2 tanks, and 2 armored trucks. Armored trucks, 2 anti-tank teams. The buildings, one was wound up in here in cover, and one is in the middle. And of course, you know, the buildings do not move, but they can attack when you get close enough. And they're worth about 4 points. So we know we'll probably have to take out at least a building or so. In order to destroy this platoon, we have to reduce it to 5 at least. They do have a whole bunch of, we drew this kind of field. We got some barns. There is a little light cover and some heavy cover in the area. And the Polish forces are pretty well spread out. And we already have a Polish rifle unit already in the middle of the board. So we could be taking heavy fire early here. So we're going up against 7C, a Poland forward base, and hopefully we get a good battle tonight on this Friday night here at World War II Tiger Leader. So hopefully you'll join me for a good dose of World War II action. And so far, the special condition for the week was Allied air support. So we cannot use trucks or scouts. We couldn't use them throughout the whole week. So that meant that we couldn't get any trucks or scouts on the board, which could have increased the length of the battle. So now I'm about to go ahead and pull the top event card. Let's see what we got here. So that's going to be, after placing enemy units this battle, you may move each of your rifle high explosive units each up to 2 hexes. Okay, well, I've already placed my units. So we're going to be able to move a couple of hexes instead. So in that case, my rifle HE units we have 1 rifle team, 2 anti-tank teams, 1 machine gun experience team, 1 Panzer III, and 1 Panzer II. In that case, after placing enemy units this battle, you may move each of your rifle HE units each up to 2 X's. So that means that we can, it's an infantry charge, and they've already placed it. Steeler fan joins us here at the battlefield. So we can move up to 2 hexes. So I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and move the anti-tank team, all these guys, into cover here in the barn, which will give us good help here. So I think that's a good idea. Get them into cover. So they're all now in the barn area. That is heavy cover, so that gives an addition of 2 to their defense. And hopefully we can take out a few teams early. So welcome, Steeler fan, to some World War II Tiger Leader action. And after this battle, tomorrow night we're gonna go start another Battle Begins U-boat leader tomorrow night. We'll start a patrol there. And then we'll go back to week 2 here in Poland. So I'm going to go back and forth between Tiger Leader and U-boat leader for the time being, as the Germans, of course, have the advantage here in the very early stages of World War II. So everything is ready to go. Let's get this battle going. So the Polish forces have gathered, and let's see if we can do some damage. Now, now that the infantry charge has taken place, So we're in good spirits here. So maybe we can do some damage and take out these teams pretty early here. As you know, most of the Polish forces are pretty good rifle squads. We got two tanks. We have a short-nosed Panzer III and a Panzer II, more designed against high explosive enemy units. Philip Reynolds joins us here. Way different than Inside Pitch. Is there an Afghanistan version? There is no Afghanistan version for ground units in Leader, but there may be. But I know games like Hornet Leader might have Afghanistan in there somewhere for aircraft. But I got to try to branch the channel out a little bit, and I will admit I'm not getting the views I hope I would for this. But I want to try something different before we begin our next Inside Pitch season. And yes, we are just a little bit more than a week away from the start of that. But let's get to some World War II action. So first off here for the Polish forces, is I'll go ahead and clean up the areas a little bit here and make it nice and neat. So the first thing we got to do is see if there's any fast move and attack, and there isn't. We don't have any fast move, although I do have tactics. So I think now that I've got the infantry charge, I'm going to go ahead and use tactics pretty early here. We have a couple of tactics here. We have an experienced machine gun team, and he already has. We're going to go ahead and start it here. So we got a 1. We're going to use the experienced machine gun team as 1004. He's holed up here, and he is going to go ahead and start taking out some units. So 1004 is going to attack first. And I think what we're going to do is I don't think I have to worry about the anti-tank team so quick. These two teams are not coming in. Our tanks are not in the range of them at the moment. So we're going to go after this rifle squad. So 1004 is going to attack the rifle squad. And his attack range is a 1. But the commander is -1, so it's a 2. And his range, of course, is 1. So we need 2s to hit the rifle squad. And he got 2 7s. And this rifle squad, I'm going to say, is in light cover. There are 3 trees here. So I'm going to say that's light cover. So he's got 2. So he needs 2 3s to survive. And he does not. He gets 1 2, but he gets a 9. So the experienced rifle team immediately takes out the Polish rifle squad early. So that's a good stop. As he goes ahead, immediately takes out. So the Poles will suffer their first casualty. And he'll be able to attack on his next turn on the slow move as well. Never done war stuff, to be honest. Like I said, I know wargaming is not for everybody, okay? But I've always been a World War II buff, especially World War II and the American Civil War. So we got so the machine gun team does the damage there. Not too bad. Takes already a tank out. Takes out a unit. The experienced anti-tank team has a range of 0-1. Unfortunately, the experienced anti-tank team, which is 1007. Unfortunately, there's nobody in his range. So we're going to save that tactic for later. So that is it. So we draw first blood. We eliminate a Polish rifle squad. It's not always about numbers, but trying to teach something new you like. Exactly. So now it is the Poles' turn. So let's see what they're going to do. Now, first, we got to find out how aggressive they're going to be. So we roll on the Poland Mokra 1939 campaign. A 1 to 6, they'll use a D6 for it. And a 7 to 10, they'll use a D10. It is actually, I rolled a 5 there. We'll roll that. And it is an 8. So they're going to use a D10 on this. So they could be a little more aggressive than usual. So we will not be seeing the D6 today. So we'll be using the D10. So let's first see what the Poles are going to do. And that is a 10. Oh, here they come. So they're going to be, here come the Polish units. They're coming right at us. So let's see what we get here. The tanks, armor-piercing advance. This tank will go ahead and finally pull the trigger on the 2020 and 1960 SOM football series. You should go there. You should talk to ID Jester. I do talk to ID Jester. He watches this stuff. He does watch this. So this tank is going to armor pierce advance. So he's going to come into here, and he's going to he's going to attack, and he attacks the lowest armor, the most dangerous armor piercing attack unit to him, and that is going to be 1007. That's the anti-tank team. he did move. So he normally attacks on an HE. He normally attacks on a 6, but he did move. So he will be a -1. So he needs sevens. He needs sevens to hit 1,007. And he missed both times. So he doesn't hit 1,007, as he will be done. This tank, he will move, and he will approach armor piercing. So he will, I guess he could go into ETH1. I think I'll move him into here. His range is a 2, so he will also attack 1,007, which is the experienced anti-tank team. He's 2 hexes away, so his hit rating is a 6. He did move it to 7. He's 2 away, so he actually hits. He's 2 away, so he's going to hit on, and he hits on 8s. He hits on 8, so he needs an 8 to hit. And he got 110. 1,007 has a defense of 3, but we're in heavy cover, so his defense is a 5. And he's going to wind up taking a hit. And it is going to be, he is exposed. So that's not good for him. So he is exposed, which means that now it's going to be a +2 extra to hit him. Unless he moves. So he is done. Should be on Wargaming's channel. I do talk to them. I do talk to them. So the tank is done. Next, the anti-tank team. The anti-tank team, armor-piercing advance. So he just advances against an armor-piercing unit. And the strongest armor-piercing unit is the anti-tank team himself. So let's see. Against the armor-piercing, it's the anti-tank team, so he will advance into here as well. So he advances. So this Polish anti-tank team is going to move right into us, and he's going to attack 1,007. He is going to attack at 1,007, the anti-tank team, and he will attack 1,007. So to attack is an 8, but he did move. He did move, so let's see. Will he be able to here? Let's see here. He did move, so his range is, it is an 8 for him to hit. It's going to be a 9 instead. It's going to be a 9 instead. So he's got 8, but he did move, so it's going to be a 9 at range 0. So he needs 9s to hit 1,007, and he doesn't, so he fails. This anti-tank team will also move into here. So now we have a crowded barn area. He will also attack 1,007, which is his best arm against the highest armor piercing unit. AP advance. So he will attack. He will also needs 9s, and he misses. So he's done there. So those anti-tank teams don't do any damage. Armored cars. There are no armored cars for the Polish forces on this one. So now we go to rifle. Rifle is HE advance. So they advance against the nearest high explosive. And of course, that's going to be these guys here. War, the Russian front from GMT. Yeah, I've heard about that. I'm waiting for Pacific War to ship. According to GMT, Pacific War finally went to printer. So now it's at the printer, according to them. Pacific War, there are 2,500 orders for that game. They said it's one of their top ever P500 sellers. So 2,500 orders for Pacific War. I cannot wait till I get that. And I still have the original Pacific War from Herman from Victory Games. And if GMT does it right, Pacific War is going to be so much fun to play. So let's see. So this rifle team will move, and he's going to move into here. This is light. There are 3 trees here. It's going to be light cover. So he will move, and his attack is a 6, but he moves. I believe that becomes a 7. I want to make sure about that, though, so hold on a moment. No, it's a -2. It's a rifle unit, so it's -2, so it actually becomes an 8. So it becomes an 8. So this rifle team is going to attack the lowest HE unit, and that's going to be the machine gun team. That's 1,004. So he's going to go after the machine gun team. He moved on 6, so he needs 8 in order to hit. And he misses, so he doesn't do anything. This rifle team will do the same thing. He will also advance. And he needs 8s to hit 1,004. And he gets 1 hit. He does get a hit, 1,004. His defense is a 3, but he's in heavy cover, so it becomes a 5. And he will survive it, no problem. He doesn't take any damage. This rifled squad will go ahead and move in as well. And he needs 8s. He gets 2 hits, a 9 and a 0. Oh, boy. So he needs 2 5s to not take any damage. And he takes 1 hit. And that's going to be, he's going to be exposed on the next turn. So 1,004 is exposed. So 1,004 is exposed, and he is done now. Okay. Next up is the half tracks. The half tracks will also advance against high explosive. This half track will advance into here. I'm going to say this is still kind of clear. It's got 2 trees. Actually, I'm going to say this is still clear because you got 1 tree over here and a tree over here. So I'm going to say that's still clear terrain, not cover. His half track is an 8, but he did move. So he is -2. So the only way he can hit, he's going to attack he's going to attack an armor piercing unit, which is the anti-tank team, 1,007. He needs 10s, and he misses. And this half track will move, but he's out of range, so he will not attack. And that is it. And of course, the buildings buildings don't move, and their range is a 1 to hit anything. So these buildings cannot attack anybody at the moment. So the Polish do some get close in there, expose our units, but we got to go ahead and take these guys out as much as possible. So now we go to slow move and attack. I'm going to utilize, I know I got the anti-tank teams there. I really want to use the infantry, the machine gun teams and such to take out the rifle squads. I really want to take them out. They're more dangerous, but we got tanks. So let's see what we got here. First up is going to be the Panzer II. That's 221. And he's got a speed, so he's going to move up to here. And he's going to take and his range is a 1. So he is going to go ahead and, let me see. What's his range? 0 to 1. So he's going to come up to here, and he's going to go attack one of these anti-tank teams. So he's going to use HE, which is 6, -1 is 7, but the commander has a +1, so it's a 6. So we need 6s to hit an anti-tank team, and he got 1 hit. The anti-tank team's defense is 1, but he's in heavy cover, so he needs a 3 to survive, and he does. Oh, boy, rolled a 2. So we don't do any damage to him. 392 is the Panzer III. And he's good against armor piercing or rifle. And he is going to, he is going to stay right where he is. This 392 is going to stay right where he is. And because his range is a 2. And his range is a 2. And his HE attack is 7, but the commander gives him a +2, which is a 5. He's 1 away, so we need 6s. And he's going to attack this rifle team. So we need 6s to take out the rifle, to hit the rifle team. And I rolled 3 dice. 1 definitely hits. I'll re-roll this one. And he missed that. So he gets 1 hit. This rifle team has a 2 defense, but he is in light cover, so he needs a 3, and he doesn't make it. Brrr, and he knocks out that rifle team. So a nice job by the Panzer III tank. So he takes out the rifle team. Now it's these guys' turn. I guess at range 0, I guess you got to destroy the anti-tank teams. Let's see what we got here. The machine gun team, 1004, is exposed. He's going to attack this anti-tank team right there. And his and at a range of 0, he automatically hits. So we get 2 hits on him. The anti-tank is automatic with HE attack of 1. The anti-tank team is a 1, but he's in heavy cover, so he needs 2 3s to survive, and he doesn't. So, and he gets him, so he eliminates that anti-tank team. So a nice job by 1004. We have a rifle team, and the rifle team is 901. His HE attack is 6, and he's going to attack this anti-tank team. And it's a 6 at that range. So rifle team, he has a 6. Let's see, 6. He is nothing there, 0. So it's just a range of 0. So he needs 6s to hit this anti-tank team. Brian Patterson joins us here for some World War II Tiger Leader. So we need 6s to hit the anti-tank team, and he got 2 hits. The anti-tank team is a 1, but he's in heavy cover, so it needs 2 3s, and he got a 1, but he got a 4. That won't do it. Kaboom, and he is gone. So a nice job by the rifle team, and that was 901, so he did his attack. So these guys are done. Next up, we have 911. 911 is an anti-tank team, and we have an experienced anti-tank team, and he's going to go after this tank right here. So we have an experienced anti-tank team, 1007, and his AP attack is a 5, and he is in range of him. So 1007, his experience is going to attack this Polish tank, and he needs 5s in order to hit him. And this I'm going to say is clear. There are only 2 trees here, so I'm going to say that's clear terrain. So 911, the 911 anti-tank team, or 1007. No, 1007. He needs 5s to hit the tank, and he got 1 hit. The tank has a defensive 2. I'm going to say that's clear terrain. So he needs a 2 to survive, 2 or lower to survive, and he doesn't. Boom! He took out the tank. So the Polish tank, so they destroyed the Polish tank. Nice job by 1007. By 1007, not too bad. Now 911 is another anti-tank team, and he's going to go after this half track right here, because that would be his best job, to take out the half track. Now his range is, he's cautious, but his commander is a spotter. So he ignores cover blocking. He ignores cover blocking line of sight, but of course there's no line of sight problems here. So his AP attack is 6, and he's a good commander. He's a green, but he gets +2. So he needs a 4. So a 4s or higher, he hits the half track, and he gets 1 hit with a 6. The half track needs a 1. Nope. Boom! Took him out. And that's pretty good right there. So on that first turn, we go ahead and knock out 1 tank. We take out 1 tank, 1 half track, both anti-tank squads, and 2 rifle squads. So that's a pretty good. That's pretty good to start with here on this first battle turn. So our turn is done, and we will now go to the second battle turn. Battle's not over yet, though. The Polish forces are not going to go easily. Okay, so we now go to battle turn 2. And battle turn 2, we have one tactic, and that goes to an experienced anti-tank team, which is 1007. I think I'm going to save that tactic because neither one of this other half track or tank is in range, although I could get a pretty good shot on one of the rifle squads. And we are exposed, so what do we do here? I think I'm going to have the anti-tank team attack anyway and try to knock out one of these rifle units here. So 1007 has a tactic, and we will use it. So we have 1007 here, and he will attack this rifle squad there. So his HE attack is a 7. So he's going to get 7s. He needs 7s to hit the rifle squad here. And he got 1 7. The rifle squad's defense is a 2. There are 3 trees here. I'm going to say that is light cover. So he needs a 3 to survive. And nope, it's a 5, and he is gone. Blam! So we eliminate the rifle squad there. And that was his fast move, so he'll be able to go on fast move, and he'll be able to go again on his slow move. So that was a very good turn for the Germans. A very good turn there. Took out 3 rifle squads, both anti-tank, 1 tank and 1 half track. That was a very good turn for the Germans. Now we got to see what the Polish do. And are the Polish already reduced to half? That's 12. So 4, 8, 11, 12, 13. No, they are not down to half. So they can still be aggressive with their tactical moves. Let's see what they get. It is a 10. They're going to stay up. They're going to go HP advance. The Polish forces are coming. They're going to advance. So tank 18 armor card. The tank is going to advance against armor piercing, which is here. And he will move into here. And he will attack against the armor piercing unit, which pretty much his best attack is the anti-tank team, 1007. So he's going to attack 1007 here, and his attack rating is a 6. He did move, so that makes it a 7. Okay, but he is exposed. The anti-tank team is exposed, so it's 5. So he needs 5s to hit 1007. And he missed both. Oh, we got the good roll. He needed 5s and rolled a 4 and a 2. And the Polish tank does not do any damage to the German anti-tank team. Oh, boy. All right. Okay. There are no anti-tank teams anymore. There are no armored cars. We go to the rifle. The rifle is a high explosive advance. Rifles treat these orders as AP advance when at range 1 to an AP target. Well, they're just going to come into here, so we know they're going to advance into the same hex as the teams. So we move these guys out, and this rifle squad will join the fight. So here comes the Polish rifle squad, and he did move, and he's going to attack HE. Where's AP advance when at range 1 to a target? So, and he was at range 1, but he does go in there. His best is to attack an HE target, and that would be the experienced machine gun team, 1004. 1004 is exposed. So the rifle squad does have a 6. He did move, which becomes an 8, but he's exposed, so he still gets a 6. So we need 6s to hit 1004, and he got 2 of them. Now 1004, his defense is a 3, but he's in heavy cover, so he needs 5. And, oh, he took 2 hits. So the first one is Commander Wounded, and the second one is I drew 2 commander woundeds, and I believe he's dead. Yep. They just lost the commander. I lose another commander, and that was Ziegler. He was the recruit infantry commander. So he's gone. They killed the commander of that unit. I have lost, I think, let me see, that he becomes the 4th commander, I believe, to die in this first week. I believe. Yes, I have 3 commanders killed in action. He just became the 4th. So Ziegler has been killed. But the unit is still good. The next act is the half track. The half track is HE advance, so the half track will advance, and I think what we'll do is we'll move him into the, even though it's really not heavy cover, it's not cover at all, but he will still attack. So the Polish half track unit will go ahead and he will move. He has a -2 to move, and he will attack HE, which all he can do is attack high explosive. He'll attack the machine gun team 1004. He is exposed. So the half track has an 8, but he's movement of 10, but he is exposed, so he still needs 8s to hit him. And he got 1 hit, and 10,004 needs a 5, and he got it. No effect. So that's it there for the Polish units, and of course the buildings don't move, and they are not in range to hit. We know we're going to have to go after a building here soon. We're going to have to go after a building. So not too bad. So that is the end of the Polish movement. I thought this would be a longer battle, but I really didn't think the Polish forces were going to go ahead and charge in like that, but that's what you got. So that's what happens. So now it's our turn to attack. 392, the Panzer III. He is going to move. He's got to get in range here, so he's going to move 1. Or do we have him move 2? He's going to move 2 spaces into light cover. He's going to go after the enemy Polish tank. His attack, his HE attack is 7. He moves, so -1 and 8. But the commander gives him +2. It's a 6. So he needs 6s to hit this tank. So he needs 6s to hit the tank, and he got 1 hit on a 0. The tank has a defensive 2. I'm saying that's like there's no cover. So tank is a 2, and he's got him. Fire that cannon. Kaboom! And we got him. We took out the tank. Not too bad. Good blast there. Now, the Polish units are already at half strength. But these buildings are not going to be able to retreat. So no matter what happens here, and if we destroy, all we have to do now, in order to destroy the battalion, we have to get to 5. And have to get them down to 5. So right now they are at 8, 9, 10. So we know we have to remove these 2 units and go after the building. Buildings have a high explosive rating of 4. They're not easy to conk out. And they actually, with 5 and 5, they're pretty tough. Okay, so next up is the Panzer II. I'm going to have him. He's got better high explosive attack. And the funny thing about him, his commander actually does better when he's further range. So the Panzer II is not going to move, but he's going to fire against the rifle team. His HE attack is 6. The commander gives +1. It's a 5. So he needs 5s to hit the Polish rifle squad, and he missed both. So he fails. So now it's up to these guys to do the damage. 1004 is the machine gun team who lost its commander. Their HE attack is 1, but because they lost the commander, you add 2, so now it's a 3. So they need 3s to hit this rifle squad. And he got 1 hit on the rifle squad. on the Polish rifle squad. So the German forces do get that. The rifle squad's defense is 2. They need a 4 because they're in heavy cover. So they need a 4 to survive, and they do. So they can't get them. And because they lost their commander, they got only 1 hit where they normally would have gotten 2. So that's huge. 901 is the other rifle team. His HE attack is 6. And so it's just 2 straight 6s. The commander doesn't give him anything. So he gets 2 straight 6s. And he gets 1 hit. That's a 7. So he gets 1 hit on the rifle squad. The squad still needs a 4 to survive. And yep, he does. So they can't kill this guy so far. 911 is an we're going to use 9007 as the anti-tank team. He'll go after this half track. He'll go after the half track. So 1007 is the experienced anti-tank team. His AP attack is 5. So, and that's all he gets. So he gets 5s. So he needs 5s to attack the half track. And he got 2 hits. The half track needs 2 1s. He doesn't get it. Bam! And he blew up the half track, and the Polish half track is gone. So that's a nice job by 1007 to get that done. And now 911 is going to attack the Polish rifle squad. His HE attack is 6, and he has no adjustment from being in the same hex. So he needs 6s to hit the rifle squad. He got 1, that's an 8. The rifle squad again needs a 4, and he got it. Wow, we can't get rid of him. We can't get rid of him. He stays put. We can't get rid of that Polish rifle squad. Oh my. He's the last unit standing for the Poles before we go after the buildings. We have to take out 1 building. All right, so that's it there for that. So that was tough. That guy was holed in. They just could not get through to him. He had too much cover. So now we'll go to battle turn 3. I have no tactics. I have no tactics to do anything, so we go straight to the enemy movement. He's more at half strength, so now they're going to be -2. That is a 10. I rolled 3 10s at the same time, all 3 times for the Polish, but -2 actually goes down to an 8. The only thing that's left is the rifle squad, and he has HE advance, which of course he's not going to advance. He's going to stay right there. So that rifle squad is saying we're gonna do our best here. The rifle squad, of course, will attack the machine gun team 1004. 1004. He needs a 6, but the 1004 is still exposed. So that for that machine gun team. So the rifle squad needs 4s, and he got 2 hits, a 5 and a 0. A 5 and a 0. 1004. He is defensive 3, but still in heavy cover. So he needs 5s or lower, and he only takes 1 hit. And he's drew an exposed. I'll redraw. And it is a casual. It is a casualty. So he now takes a casualty, which means no effect. But if he gets another one, he's destroyed. So that's all the rifle team can do. The buildings, of course, aren't moving, and they do not attack. They are not in range of anything. So that Polish rifle squad is gonna pretty much try to be heroes for Poland here. It really is not a chance for the Polish forces against Germany. Germany was just even though the Polish army was actually pretty larger than some today's contemporary armies, but they really were no match for German blitzkrieg. All right, it is our turn. So we need to destroy 1 building. We need to destroy 1 building. So 392 is the Panzer III. His HE attack is 7. but he doesn't have to move. He's within 2 range of the building. So his HE attack is 7. The commander gives him +2. It's a 5. So he needs 5s to hit the building. And he rolls 2 2s. Come on. He misses. How do you miss a building? So he's done. 221 is the Panzer II. He's going to move to get closer here. He's going to move, and he's going to try to hit the rifle squad. His HE attack is 6, -1 attack is 7, +1 for commander is 6s. So we need 6s to hit the rifle squad. And he got 1 hit. The rifle squad needs a 4. Nope, not this time. Tirum, blam, and he blew out the rifle squad. And that is pretty much all of the Polish offensive firepower. So they're gone. So now they got to attack the building. The problem is attacking the building is that the building has armor piercing 5 and HE 5, high explosive 5. So they could do damage. They could do damage. But we got to get it. We got to destroy the building, so everybody's got to move. So everyone is going to move, and I don't think anyone is going to attack. So 911, 901, 1004, and 1007 are all going to move. They only have to destroy 1 building, so we might take a casualty or 2. We just got to knock that thing out, and we will win this battle. So that is it. I don't think I'm going to have any of them attack, because if they do, it's going to be stress, and I don't think it's necessary. So I'm going to avoid the stress and go right to turn 4. So we go to turn 4. Enemy tactical movement. We don't roll for it because all that's left is buildings. They can't move. So the building goes straight to the attack. And I want you to check something for buildings for a moment. On anything I don't know about buildings, I'm pretty sure they just don't do anything. So let me see here. I'm pretty sure they just attack. If you're in their range, they just attack. Let's see. Yeah, they just attack. That's all. So the building here it's going to attack the closest. Its danger. It's HE. So it's going to attack a high explosive unit. It's going to attack a high explosive unit, and that would be the machine gun team. Now, neither of those teams are exposed anymore. They moved. So they moved out. So they're no longer exposed since they moved out of the barn. So now now he will attack 1004, which is that unit right there. So they need 5s, and they're a range of 1, so they still attack. So they need 5s to hit, and of course, a building doesn't move, so there's no penalty. So they need 5s to hit, and they hit twice. 1004's defense rating is a 3, and he takes 2 hits. First hit is 1 stress. So a stress, but of course there's no commander there. So there's no commander. So this actually becomes useless because you can't put a stress on the unit. So we'll redraw again. And now he's exposed again. And we'll draw a second one as well. And exposed was already pulled. Another stress. We'll avoid that. And now he's a mobile. Okay, so now he's a mobile. So the machine gun team can't move, but that doesn't matter. We really don't want him to move. We want him to stay where he's at and finish off the enemy. So let's see if we can take out that building. We'll go first with the Panzer II, Panzer III. 392 missed his last time. He's got to hit him this time, hopefully. His HE attack is 7. He gets +2 from the commander, which is a 5. So he needs 5s to hit him. He got 1 hit on a 6. The building has a 4. And the building's not in cover. So it's a straight building, no cover. So the building needs a 4 to survive, and it does. It does not. It takes a beating, but it's still standing. So they can't take it out. 221. He is going to move. He is going to move as well. .221 has an HE attack of 6. He moved -1 is 7, +1 is 6. So he needs 6s to hit the building. He got 1 hit. The building needs a 4 to survive. Nope, it's an 8. That will do it. Kaboom! Kaboom! And he destroys the building. He destroys the building, and that will eliminate the battalion. The Germans will hold the field. As they took out pretty much, I thought, a stronger force. But this time, this German force said, you know what? We're going to do the job. So 7C Battalion is eliminated. And that's a victory for the German forces here in this Polish campaign. We're going to get 3 victory points for it. What happened, helped us out, I thought, was the infantry charge. That was big because we already moved forces closer to get some hits there. So that was a big, this was a good card. That was a good card, I thought. So now, let's go to, so what we can do here, I can do the post-combat. So let's see what the event card is for the post-combat. So the event card for post-combat is Reckless. Keep this card, discard it at the start of any battle to destroy 1 enemy unit. Ooh, okay, we'll keep that. Discard at the start of any battle to destroy 1 enemy unit. Reckless. That's a good card to have. Brian, that's a good card to have, Brian. That's really, really good. So yeah, we keep that card. And we could use that for the next battle. And that completes the first week. That completes the first week. So that's pretty good there. So we did good today. The Polish forces really didn't have much of a chance, although we lost another commander. I tell you, we lost another commander. So let's see now. What I will do real quick, while we got you here, is I know we got the battalion status, the commander stress, the commander XP, but real quick, I'm going to move the battalions. So you're going to see these battalions move here a little bit. So we're going to move the battalions, and we'll see how they move. So we're going to see how these battalions will move. So I'm going to move the battalions and see where they wind up. This force was still half. He was in the front. So let's see what we have here for the battalions. As I'll do the movement of the battalions right now, so you can see this action occur. So let's see. So enemy operational movement. This one here is at half strength. So, and he is he's assault. So let's see what he does real quick. Let's see what he says. So his assault, and that's a 2. -2 that makes it a 0. So he is going to hold. So he will stay at the front. He will not move. Tony's board life checks us in at the end of the battle. You just missed it, my good man. You just missed a good battle. Really wasn't a good battle. It was almost really a slaughter. But that's what happens when the Germans playing the Polish. Germans really will not have any competition until they start playing, in my opinion, everybody else, the French, the British, the Russians, and the Americans. The Polish are but yep, rewatch later. That's great, Tony's board life. Honor to always have you here, sir. So this unit will stay at the front. 8, let's see here. Sappers are 8S, enemy transit, and they're fixed. And it says at the end of the move battalion step, advance any 1 non-fixed battalion. Oh, okay. So, but that's at the end of the move battalion step. So so the 8S will stay put. 9A. Let's see. 9A is fast assault, and they get +1 on tactical move rolls. So, but So it's 4 plus 1 is 5, and they will advance. So 9A advances into the front. Next up is the large armor force, which is 1A. They're in the enemy rear right now. They have +2 on tactical move rolls, and they are assault. 3 plus 2 is 5, and they will advance. So they move into the enemy transit. And then we have 9S, which is the command supplies, but they're fixed. They can't move. So they stay put in the enemy rear. So command supplies will stay put there. The sappers, of course, stay where they're at. But at the end of the move battalion step, advance any one non-fixed battalion. So we advance one of these battalions into the next one according to the here. So it says at the end of the move battalion step, advance one non-fixed. So one non-fixed. I think the one at half strength would stay where he's at. So I'm going to either going to be one. It's either going to be a 1A or 9A. So what I'll do is I'll roll the D10. Odd will be 9A. Even will be 1A. We'll advance. Even. So 1A will move into the front. So now that is what our week will. That's what our next week will look like. So it looks like I'm going to have to go after. I'm going to have to finish off 10A, and they're at half strength. So I know I got to finish them off in week 2. Okay. So it looks like we're going to try to go after the half dismounted troops and try to remove them. And then it looks like I'm going to have to go against. Let's see. We got the fast assault. And then we have 1A, which is the large armor force. So let's see here. The dismounted troops should not be hard to take out. They really shouldn't be. A small force should take out the dismounted troops. They're reduced to half. So it's only 2 half tracks, 2 trucks, and 3 rifle squads. Because we couldn't finish them off. The large armor force I really would like to save for the final battle for this, I think, maybe. So I may have to go after the dismounted troops and the fast assault for the second week. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think for week 2 of this cutoff of the cutoff objective, we'll go after the half dismounted troops battalion and the Polish fast assault battalion. So I'm going to have to go deal with these guys, I think, on the next week. So those will be our next attacks. And of course, we'll find out what our next special condition will be for week 2. So that will do it here from this battlefield. Tomorrow, we're going to start another U-boat leader patrol campaign. We're going to stay in The Battle Begins, September 1939 to May 1940, since we're still fighting in the year 1939 here doing Poland Mokra. And I think we'll probably make it a two patrol campaign, but we may only use 2 subs and use them as a wolf pack. So 2 subs, the patrol could go by a lot faster. We could probably go a lot faster, and we can probably use them as a wolf pack, because I'll probably send 2 subs into the same area to see what we can do for that. So that's going to be it for Tiger Leader. We'll do U-boat leader tomorrow. We'll start another U-boat leader campaign. We'll go back to the Battle of the Atlantic and have some more exciting naval action. But today it is a victory for the Germans. They defeat the Poles. A nice victory. They pretty much had no chance in this one. I'm actually surprised, but that's because this time when I made my forces, I really paid it. The last game, I really didn't pay attention to the forces I was supposed to go up against. This time I did. This time I did pay attention to what to put together armies to attack certain forces. So I did pay attention this time. and I think we did a better job. So with the defeat of with the defeat of this Polish force, we go from 3 to 6 in evaluation. So we're still dismal, but we know we're going to get at least to adequate probably after the second week of this cutoff objective in Mokra 1939. Tony's Board Live, Brian Patterson and Steeler fan Philip Reynolds. Thank you for joining me tonight. Joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way off the battlefield. Subscribe if you've not done so. Of course, anyone who decides to check this later, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more World War II U-boat leader tomorrow night. And but today it is a victory for the Germans as they knock out the Polish forces in this battle. So we will see you guys tomorrow night, and have a good one, guys. Thank you for joining me. Take care.